Welcome to the Why Not podcast, hosted by Chrissy and Yvonne. In a world where everyone asks why, we're here to ask, why not?
Everyone.
Hello.
Hi, Chrissy.
Hello, Yvonne.
So we are recording this very socially distantly, as it is in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic. So we are in completely separate locations.
Yep, we're able to record off and that. Thank you, technology.
Thank you, technology. Thank you for keeping us sane. So you're all very welcome. Thank you for tuning in. This is the Why Not podcast. So me and Chrissy have decided to start this as our little COVID baby. So we are bringing it into the world together. So getting started, we're both new to this, but we're going to give it a go. And I think that's really going to be the theme of this podcast as well, that we're just giving it a try. Who knows? Why not?
Exactly.
So
very
Chrissy.
Very happy to finish the intro there. Why not?
I didn't plan that either. It just came out. I swear to God, that was actually very natural. So Chrissy, do you want to tell us a little bit about who you are?
Okay, well, we've already been told my name's Chrissy. I am a personal trainer. So obviously when the whole COVID thing happened, it made me completely change how I work, because I'm normally in a one-to-one basis with everyone. And obviously that's not allowed anymore. So online has turned out to be a really good way and still being able to keep in touch with people and keep them training. So I've done a lot of stuff over Zoom, and then a bit of PT over Zoom as well. So yeah, it's I think it's a good time to, if you have to be in quarantine, it's good because we have the technology to support it. Like, this is also an example. Look at us, like we're in completely other parts of Dublin right now recording this. So
Exactly.
it's kind of crazy, like, but yeah, it's been good. And Yvonne, your turn now. You have to tell us all about you.
Okay, so my name is Yvonne, and I differ from Chrissy in the sense that I am a yoga instructor, so yoga teacher. Very recently qualified. I'm only teaching about a year now. So I guess my kind of journey through fitness has been really, really different. Absolutely, we will get into this at a later stage, but honestly, if you asked me a year ago what I thought about the gym, I would have been like, don't even talk to me about the gym. I hate the gym. The gym is stupid. Everyone who goes to the gym is crap, and I never want to go to the gym. And now my opinion on that has totally changed. Also, yeah, I've had to adapt my I've had to completely adapt my life. So yeah, I've been teaching over Zoom. I've been practicing over Zoom. So my personal practice would be really, really important to me. So in saying that, I just mean my own yoga practice. So making sure that I get it in every day, or close to every day, is really important to me. So I'm not able to go to the lovely yoga studios right now that have incense and Palo Santo and calming music. All that stuff is gone. So I've had to recreate that space for myself at home. But it's gone really well. And, you know, I'm adapting and I'm trying to go with the flow of this weird COVID thing. Yeah, it's strange, but
I've had to do the same with my training as well, like adapting and like having home workouts and maybe not being able to exercise to the, like, so I can't lift the heavy weights maybe, but
yeah.
let's make it more reps to try and, like, you know, make it harder. Like, my bedroom's my gym now.
I have my whole gym in a little box now. It's very impressive.
Yeah.
At the top of the stairs.
Yeah, mine is not that neat.
Mine is very neat. One thing that you will get to know probably about me and Chrissy also is that in lots of ways we are opposites. And in lots of ways we are not. So maybe in that regard we're quite opposite.
Yeah, I stress Yvonne out sometimes.
When your socks don't match, it's a bad day.
Oh, it still happens. I meant to send you the picture. I'm wearing like one bulldog sock and one hamster sock right now.
Oh God, at least they're both animals.
That's true.
I just got new socks in the post. I just put them on like a minute ago. My feet are very happy.
Socks in the post. That is well, everything's been ordered online now as well.
Yes, I know. Look, I may have indulged in a few online shops. So another thing on that note, that we have in common, is that we were in school together. However,
Yes.
probably not really within the same group of friends, but
Not even remotely.
not
realistically.
even remotely. I do think I
We
spent
basically knew each other existed, I'd say.
it just about. I do know that I had a brief encounter with the emo kids where I tried desperately to be a little bit more emo, but like I'm the least emo person in the entire world. And I feel like maybe that was more your crew.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Now, like, they weren't all emo. Some of them were like metalers, but I wasn't hardcore enough to be metaler, so I went for emo.
I didn't even know there was a difference.
Oh yeah, no, the heavy metal thing is too loud.
Yeah, no, I feel that too.
Emos are like that little crossover. They've got a little bit of heavy rock, but they don't fully commit to it. So that's where I was there.
So it's just like low key.
Yeah, it's like we're bitching out of full metal, basically.
That's fair. Well, to be honest,
yeah.
I don't think I'm cut out for it either.
Yeah, well, like the metalheads do not like being called emos. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, I didn't know this.
It's like calling an Irish person English.
Okay, it's on that level.
Yeah, oh, it is. Yeah, oh, it is.
But what we did have in common, within all that, is that we were both like super quiet people in school. Probably kind of, wallflower, shied away into the background. Probably didn't make much of an impression in school, other than randomly having some hot-headed outbursts, which we both did in school.
Yeah. So I'd say no one remembers that.
I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. I'd say people's memory of me in school is that I was just super quiet, but then I guess who knows? That's what I feel like I was.
And you rose to fame in fourth year.
I was?
You rose to fame in fourth year.
I did. Anne Frank. My claim to fame.
I was but a mere stagehand in that performance.
Well, we did have some props, so you did a great job.
Some black boxes that we pushed from one side of the stage to the other.
Those black boxes, though, they built the annex.
Yeah, that's how a community school makes a stage set on a budget.
Exactly. Those black boxes were the centerpiece for all productions. So they're a important part of the show. They did. But now what seems to have changed is now.
Yeah, sorry, I keep getting sidetracked.
No, that's okay. This is what we do. Our voice notes on WhatsApp are a fun time. Mine are normally like 8 minutes long, and Chrissy responds with a 1 minute reply. I'm
like, yep, answer done, Steve.
End scene. So with that in mind, we have both ended up, surprisingly enough, even though we are the quiet people in school, now in our 20s, we've both put ourselves in roles in our careers where we have to stand up in front of people and guide them through either a yoga practice or a gym session. How do you feel that is for you?
Now it's fine because obviously I think I'm 4 years doing this now. But like, say for instance, when I was back in college, or like because I went to normal college before I went off into FEC to become a fitness instructor. But if I was doing
normal college.
normal college. You know, I went and did the degree thing, and then I realized I didn't like it, so I actually came back and did something else. But yeah, like, you know, if I was doing presentations or in school, if I ever had to stand up in front of everyone, I would shake. I would like wouldn't be able to speak. I'd keep catching over even if I was reading the script. Like it was ridiculous. And now like I'll stand up in front of 20 people and be like, "Go on, keep going. What's wrong with you?" So
Yeah, I've been there for
like
those
it's
classes, so
yeah. So yeah, like it's a complete 180, or even with me, I think, and I kind of like the difference in me, and even I think it makes me interacting, because like I would be very shy and very quiet in interacting with people in general.
yeah,
I think having this makes me better at, like, you know, coming into a group of new people and kind of trying to talk to them or get to know them, or like I'm better at forcing myself into it because, well, it's part of my job now and it's a lot easier to do that.
yeah. And do you think it's been really worth it to put yourself out there?
Yeah, 100%. Because like I know I'm going down the route I want to be.
Yeah,
So then obviously you have to overcome some stuff. Even it doesn't matter like your dream job, you're always gonna have to like learn stuff, and it's like I'm still a incredibly introverted person. Like,
yeah,
you know, but it's not as daunting for me to meet a stranger or talk to a new person or meet a group of people or like that, like take a group to train them, you know, and because you can just switch into that other person, I suppose. It's
yeah.
like I have a second person. So like PT Chrissy and normal Chrissy are two different people. Like I'm not even certain they know each other half the time.
They're not even related.
I think yeah, I think the first time I really realized it, because I was good at switching it on, um, was the first time I ever taught an aerobics class.
Okay.
And I mean, like, there's 20 people in a pool looking at you, and I can't dance, and I was really bad at exercise to music, and I have a playlist of 80s tunes where I'm just kind of like, I did actually like study it and do it first, but I just walked out and went, you know what? Who cares what I look like? Let's
Yeah,
go for it. At the end, but they were like, "Oh my god, that was so good!" And I was like, "Yeah, I never did that before," and they were like, "What?"
that's amazing.
So yeah, it was
Yeah,
a
I
real
think,
like,
yeah, sometimes you just got to not take it too seriously. Just step outside of
hmm,
yourself and be like, this is just a bit of crack. And if I take myself too seriously, that's when I get the jitters, I get tense, I can't talk.
yeah,
Sometimes just laugh it out and realize we're all winging it. Nobody knows.
exactly. It's like, turns out the key to being really good at stuff like this is not caring what you look like.
Yes, which
You
is
know,
so
not being
cool
afraid
to
to make a fool of
hear.
yourself. So
It's
how did you find coming into the teaching world?
you like, I think we talked about this yesterday, actually,
Yeah.
while we were kind of making a few plans for this podcast. But I had a really, really rough time with anxiety, and I know that word gets thrown around a lot, and sometimes I hear it and it even makes me cringe, because it
Hmm.
seems to be like the most overused word. But when I
Kind of like the mental health buzzword now, isn't it?
yeah, it's I'm like I hate, like, I don't want to ever take away from the seriousness of what anyone is going through. But
Oh,
when
100%. Like, I'm not
it,
belittling it, but it is a.
it comes like trendy or something,
Mm.
and it's not. Obviously, like, anyone who's suffered with any kind of mental health related problem will tell you, like, there's nothing cool or trendy about it. It's shit. Um
Yeah.
like, when I say I was suffering from anxiety, like, I mean, I didn't leave my house for a long time. I was out of work for a year, close to a year.
Mm.
Really tough. Like, I would shake in the car. Because I just knew, like, I was leaving my little nest, and I had a really hard time with it. But um
It sounds awful.
it was a rough time. And the hardest part of it actually was that I had to stop practicing yoga. At this stage, teaching wasn't even in my radar. I was just, just a student of yoga, and
Yeah.
still a student of yoga, but I couldn't get to my classes anymore because I couldn't get in the car, couldn't leave the house. A good few times I drove to the yoga studio, parked, and would like get out of the car ready to go. When I got to the door, I would just turn around and walk back and drive home and feel so defeated. But
Yeah.
eventually, through a long process, I got loads better, and yoga helped me with that massively. When I managed to get through a yoga class the first time I did it, I was so like proud of myself, and just believed in myself and believed in hope again. So I guess
Yeah, I guess.
yeah, that's what a big thing that prompted me to start teaching. um but it's amazing to think I could barely do the class, and now I teach the class. Now I'm standing up there in front of everyone directing them on what to do, and
I
it's
know, and you wouldn't know as well, you're such a confident teacher, you wouldn't think you're doing it for such little time either.
I can tell you now, the first probably 2 to 3 months of teaching, I would, okay, there's no other phrase for it, I would shit a brick before going in. Like, I would be
Oh yeah.
shaking, like so terrified.
I'd be worried if you weren't.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But it's such an amazing boost then that now I can do it, and I
Yeah.
love doing it. It's amazing. It's like, yes, I found my
Do
calling.
you ever find if you go to like a new studio or a new place and you haven't taught before, you kind of get that again?
Do you know, sometimes yes and sometimes no.
Mm.
There's a certain part of me that gets really nervous teaching in a new place, because like, how does the reception work? Like, will I find it? Like, those kind of things. Like,
Yeah.
how do I heat up the studio? Where's the music? Speaker, what, like all those little things that seem like
Yeah.
nothing problems, but that's what my mind will start like,
Oh no,
stressing me
they are
about.
big things.
Yeah, for sure. Because if one of those things doesn't go right, you're like, I don't know what to do.
Oh yeah, like I have been in that situation where I can't figure out the music and I'm supposed to be starting a class and I'm like, oh fuck.
I know. You're like, will I just sing? I don't know. um,
That's good.
but then there is another part of me that kind of loves teaching in a new studio, because they don't know me, and
Mm.
they just trust me, and that's amazing. I find sometimes it's hard when you're a new teacher and everyone knows you're new. um so like where I teach primarily, uh,
Mm.
that's the same studio where I trained and where I was a student, so everyone knows I'm a brand new qualified teacher. And I think that plays in my mind more, that they know that I'm not experienced. um
Oh, okay, yeah. See,
yeah.
I probably a little bit the opposite
Yeah.
in so much like I would never have that because I just did a course, but like when you go to a new place, it's kind of like they don't know who you are, and it's like, do they know what they're doing? Are they going to teach me properly? But like that could be completely in my head, like
You know what?
But
I
I do.
think
I find
so much of it is in our heads.
what I find as well though, if you come in and you just control the class, like from the start, you go, this is what we're doing, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
You don't hesitate. They don't smell your fear.
I know. Do you know what? You are super assertive in class. I've obviously taken a number of Chrissy's classes. Chrissy is also my PT. That's how we kind of became friends.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're super assertive. Um, like
I
today,
get
one
worse
of
when
the
I know
peeps.
people as well.
Say that again.
I start to get worse when I know people as well because I know who I can like not say pick on, but I can bounce off or who I can slag a bit more. Or, like when you're first teaching, you're just kind of telling them what to do, but you don't know different people's quirks. So later on, you're kind of like, okay, I know this person. I know I can like have a little laugh at them, and they'll be like, okay, grand, but I can't say to that person because they'll get
Yeah.
offended.
And do you find it quite hard at the moment that you can't kind of have that banter with people via Zoom?
Yeah, it's a lot harder. But you kind of can at the same time because you can at least see their reactions if you slag them.
Yeah. But you're not getting, I guess, that same energy from the group.
Yeah. Do you find that yourself as well?
Yeah, definitely. it can be a challenge. I mean, I've said this a number of times now, how much I miss teaching with music. I really, really
Yeah.
do miss that. And just, yeah, I guess feeding off the energy in the room. And I think yoga is so much about energy, and there is a palpable energy in a class.
Yeah.
You know, when there's a group, you know, moving together, whether that be doing like loads of reps in the gym or doing a flow class in yoga, like there is a group energy. And yeah, I think you do miss out on that via
Yeah.
Zoom.
I totally get what you mean. Yeah, because you can't. Well, you can see, but like again, you can't like, you know, you can't go over to someone and be like, yeah, right, or, you know, you can kind of be like, yeah, right there, and they might give you a thumbs up or
Yeah.
a different hand gesture. But
There's no snuggles.
yeah,
And
I encourage people to give other hand gestures as well if they're not feeling the workout.
yeah, I've availed of that a number of times.
Oh yeah, no, I've seen that.
And Chrissy,
Hey,
do
you
you
unmuting to call me a bitch and muting again.
I never did that. What are you talking about?
To be fair, I did it once, but I didn't unmute. So like in the middle of a class, I said it out loud, and it was a yoga class. It's not just a yoga class; it was a hard yoga class. And she said something. I was like, I hate you.
It was the ab flutters, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah, because you were like, Chrissy's gonna love me. I was like, you bitch.
They're so good. I love them. So, Chrissy, do you want to tell all our lovely listeners a little bit about what Why Not is going to be about?
Okay, so I feel like I'm on the spot now. I know this. I didn't study.
I didn't study for my test.
So basically, like, I suppose our podcast idea, why not, and the whole like tagline of it is like, in a world where everyone says, why should you do stuff? Well, we're gonna hear and ask, why not? And so it'll be us two. And yeah, I'm doing a very bad job at this. Why did you ask me to do this?
You're doing a great job. I believe in you.
But yeah, so we're looking to do like what, 10 episodes. We have a different topic for every episode, and yeah, we're just gonna question maybe different, say, thought processes people have, or even like mindsets and stuff. Like you said before with the gym, like mine would have been similar with yoga. I was like, hippie shite. But now we both like found out as like through each other as well that like actually no, it's not, and it's completely different. So we're trying to
Yeah.
look at stuff like that, and also have fun names that
Definitely
make us laugh and hopefully make you guys laugh.
Yeah. And I think, you know, the thing is, like, I came to Chrissy for PT last year sometime after being told by like a physio, you know, that I had this problem with my pelvis, that I can't do RDLs because of this, I can't do this, my hamstrings are too long, blah blah blah. And I was basically I felt so lost because I had just started my teaching career. I was loving it, and then I was told that I had all these problems with my body. And you know, I went to Chrissy and she was kind of like, nah, you're grand, like just do it, like just do the stuff and you'll be fine. And I did, and I've never looked back. All like I was meant to go for an MRI scan with the physio, all this stuff, and I never did because my body feels perfect now. So, and it's just because I built up the strength and because I had someone there to kind of coach me through it, because I honestly couldn't tell you a treadmill from a dumbbell. Like I honestly didn't know anything about the gym. So yeah, we've kind of learned a lot about each other, I think, through that. I've learned so much about the gym and my general attitude to exercise that isn't yoga. And I think Chrissy has, from me talking shite about the moon to her, learned loads about kind of...
Still not fully convinced on the moon, but I know the full moon is evil.
The full moon is evil. Like, stuff goes wrong. And retrograde. Mercury in retrograde is a tough time for us all.
The other thing I said, like, I would have gone similar, because remember for ages you were like, oh, come try one of my yoga classes, and I was like, it wasn't because I didn't want to. I was like, no, I should probably give this a go. Like, I've always decided one thing, but I've done like one yoga class in my life. And when I eventually managed to go, I was like, oh, this is actually good. And like sometimes it's really hard. And I like that because I like a challenge as well. But then also those classes where you just relax and you stretch out, and like it's a challenge to turn your mind off.
Yes,
Like,
absolutely.
and like you now having done them for so long, you realize how important it is. And like just having that time to yourself, and even just like, even if it's not in yoga, even if you're just lying in bed and like doing some breathing or, you know, stuff like that, like it
Yes.
really, like, your mind needs to switch, like switch like into rest and digest, you know, it needs to calm down sometimes.
Yes. And yeah, we've talked about that a good few times.
Mm,
Chrissy's recently started kind of a breathwork challenge, I guess, where she's
mm,
doing like box breathing every day. And
yeah.
we've talked about the importance of, you know, changing out of fight or flight response to rest and digest. So that's your nervous system. And we have messed up nervous systems. Our poor little nervous systems don't know what to be doing. So I think, we've learned loads together, just about all of it. And I'm not afraid now to do cardio, which is crazy. Like, who would have thought I'd get out on an exercise bike? I wouldn't even get on a
Absolutely.
normal bike, actually.
I think as well, the two of us, that's one of the things we're really similar about as well, is like, you know, like we're always in fight or flight, but two of us are like, we don't really do sitting still very well. We're always doing
No,
something.
that is the
And
truth.
that's one thing maybe this whole situation is kind of maybe help teach us to sit still a little bit. Now, to be fair, I'm still not very good at it. Like I started training double time. So, you know, but it kept my head straight by training more. And then when I started to slow down a little bit or be okay with it, I didn't have to train as much.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I hear you. Yeah,
but it's so hard. Like, say both of us would go from like, you know, basically 6 day weeks where we might be working split shifts between the different things we're doing to like nothing overnight.
yeah.
Like,
It was really rough,
yeah,
really
but
strange. Because yeah, you know, a lot of people kind of have that work life balance in the sense that, you know, they're in the office 9 to 5, and then evenings and weekends are free. But for us, it's like this. You know, work is kind of always just like an hour away or something, because you might work 6 days a week, but you might do an hour here, an hour there, drive here, drive there, then you do your own training, then you do this and this.
mm,
So it's just, it feels
and our
like life is work.
but like our work as well fits around the 9 to 5 people. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
finish work and go to their yoga class, and there's Yvonne like, I'm starting work.
Exactly. But that leaves more nap time for me during the day. So
Yeah,
no complaints.
midday after class.
So yeah, that long spiel was basically us trying to introduce why not. Basically, we're just really of the attitude that you should just believe in yourself and give it a try. You never know what is around the corner, and we just really believe in potential, and that every day has the potential to be awesome if you let it. So we're
Mm,
gonna give podcasting a go. Why not?
exactly.
Um,
And it's all
so
COVID's fault. COVID made us do it.
it did. But you know what? Look, we now are the proud mothers of a COVID baby. So we at least we have something to show for it.
Yeah.
Um, so guys, thank you so much for listening, and we hope you enjoyed. Chrissy, where can people find you on social media?
So my Instagram is probably my best way to find me. It's Chrissy H Fitness is my Instagram. I'm also on TikTok with the same name. So if you want to see some like a 28-year-old girl make a dick of herself constantly, you'll find me on TikTok too. But it's fun. I don't care. As I said, I have fun doing it, so I'm gonna keep doing it.
Good.
Um,
There's also a cute guinea pig and a cute horse in it for you
yes,
if you tune in.
and hopefully there'll be 2 guinea pigs on it soon.
Yes. And
But
guys, if you want to find me, really I'm just on the gram, so you can follow me at, oh, what is my name? At Yvonne
Haggerty
underscore
yoga.
underscore yoga. So Hegarty is spelled Hegaorty. So guys, yeah,
Probably
any
specify as well. My name is CHRISSY, not IE.
Yes, important. Guys, thank you for tuning in, and we will see you all next week. Stay home, stay safe.
Thank you again for listening to the Why Not podcast. Because remember, in a world where everybody asks why, we're here to ask why not.